So if anything happens to my girls this season, it's on sight. Greetings, fellow humans, human fellas. My name is Ava Marie, and welcome back to another RWBY reaction video. If you watch my first video, you can see that I changed locations. There's a reason for that. I was visiting home last weekend, and now I am back at school, where I live most of the year. So, welcome to my side of the dorm room. There's not much. So today we are watching Volume 9, Episode 2, Altercation at the Auspicious Audition, which, after Episode 1, which was called A Place of Particular Concern, I'm noticing a theme, and it's alliteration, which is kind of cool. Last season they had a similar theme with each episode, except for the final one being one-word titles, and so this time around I guess they're kind of wanting to stick with the titling theme, which is pretty cool. I've seen some shows do it, so it's cool to see RWBY doing that. I feel like it also goes with the Wonderland theme that they're going for. I like it. I think it's clever. After last episode, I figured out a few things. When I was reacting to the intro, I asked who the girl was in the intro, but then I realized that that is in fact Alex from Roman Holiday, which I need to reread. I read it once when it came out, and then I just never read it again, which is kind of how I read, sadly. Unless I really, really enjoy a book, I just don't pick it up a second time. So I need to reread that because it looks a lot like Roman Holiday stuff is going to be playing into this season, which will be really cool to see. I'm still worried about RWBY after last episode, and after the intro especially. I've been listening to the intro over and over again. It's seriously, I think it's currently my favorite intro, but I wait till the end of the season to fully rank it because it needs to play in my head more before I fully give it the first place prize. By the way, my second favorite, Rising, Volume 6. Mainly because of the bridge. Anyways, I'm really excited to see this episode. It's looking like it's about the same length as Episode 1, which is good. I think they said that most of the episodes are going to be at or around 18 minutes long, so sticking with that so far. So anyways, without any further ado, let us watch RWBY Volume 9, Episode 2, Altercation at the Auspicious Audition. Also, just letting you know, I'm going to be singing as much as I can. Sinking down into depths of nowhere, I am undone. Clasping tight on some bodies, I know that they'll be overrun. I don't know this part yet. I don't know if I got the words right. Inside a new me, I'm ready, but who will I find inside? Gotta let go and commit it to mine. Hide a world. I love this song. I don't think I got the lyrics right. By the time we get to episode 10, I will have the lyrics down, I swear. I bunked my mic, sorry. Ooh, I like the soundtrack.
So are we just gonna stand around thinking about this in silence, or...
I know this place is weird, but a fairy tale? I mean, that's impossible.
Okay, Ruby would have never said that, like, even 4 or 5 Little!
What we've seen is improbable, but that doesn't mean we're in an actual fairy tale. Are we seriously entertaining this?
Do you have a better explanation for what's going on?
Well,
That's kind of
let's try to
crazy
be more
that...
logical, shall we?
That's kind of
We fell
crazy
from the
that,
sky.
like, Blake and
Ruby
Ruby...
made friends with a tiny mouse.
Hi, baby.
Blake and I got caught by killer vines, and, you got your arm stolen by a... What was it that you said?
A talking
Barking raccoon
riding
a purple wagon filled with trash. I love that line.
Yes.
That was in the trailer.
Okay, I see your point of view. I am going to go over here now.
Oh! Weiss.
Of course it's driving a little trash wheel. Why not? Probably has a little driving wheel too. And
As crazy as it sounds, something about this is
We've
familiar.
broken her. We broke the girl.
The girl who fell through the world.
There you go, Blake.
I think we're in the ever after.
Blake, that world is make-believe. It was just part of a story we all read
Blake's
as kids.
smile.
It's not
Oh my god,
make-believe.
Blake's smile is
It's where I
precious.
live.
Can you tell us more about it? Have you ever heard the name Alex?
And Alex, is that a purpose?
In the story, Alex fell from the sky and met with the hunter mice. Got trapped in vines,
Yep.
bought a Jabberwocker, and got
Yep.
her knife stolen by a talking
Fucking
raccoon.
Yeah, and then she beat the Red King at a board game, met the curious cat, the rusted knight, and finally got out through...
The tree.
So what now? Do we go to the tree, look for Alex, Yang's arm? Ruby, you're still missing Crescent Rose.
I'll bet the Jinxie Peddler has it.
Who?
The Jinxie Peddler?
Yang! Not Yang,
The
Weiss!
fucking raccoon I know.
Yang was terrified, but
Do
Weiss.
you
Weiss's
know where
face.
he might be?
Oh.
Of course. I'll lead the way. Right to...
Yep, makes sense. Little is me. Little is me
So,
at
town is just
conventions.
ahead, right? I've been thinking, if we're going to go to this town, we need to be careful. Alex didn't know their customs and ended up starting a war among the townsfolk. Trouble followed her everywhere she went.
Well, yeah, but she was kind of a mean person, right? She lied and cheated her way through most of the book.
She was
Yep.
trying to survive. The morals of those old stories are so simplistic.
Either way, we need to tread lightly.
The town's just up ahead. The Jinxie Peddler always stops by our village before he goes to town.
Do they steal stuff from you guys too?
Steal? Never. They just take the things we're not looking at. Fair's fair.
That's stealing, sweetie.
Sounds like a legitimate business person. How
Weiss-
did they manage to steal your arm anyway?
Your father.
I was knocked out from the fall. When I came to, that sneaky raccoon had already grabbed my arm and ran off before I could stop him.
So when you say
Blake?
you unarmed.
Oh my god, those two. Stop flirting. I love you.
About time.
For what?
Nothing.
Ruby! How have you not
Don't worry.
connected the dots?
We'll find a way out of here, and then we'll go back home.
Ruby is
Weiss,
blind to romance, man.
It's all gone. There's nothing left for me to go back to. Just
Winter's
like
alive.
Beacon.
Winter's alive. Whitley's alive.
You did the best
Willow's
you
alive.
could for Atlas Weiss.
But it wasn't enough. We hatched a crazy plan that put a whole kingdom at risk, and we don't even know if we saved the relics from...
They don't know about the relics.
Maybe-
I forgot.
John and Winter were able to get them out. Despite everything.
Oh god.
Despite us. I know that Penny... I know that was a lot to hear.
There's RWBY's emotions controlling the weather again.
So this is the entrance to the other acre, you called it?
Yep. All we do is cross the bridge and we'll be, well, wherever over there is.
You don't know?
Nope. Never been this far from home.
Oh, maybe you should go back?
I wouldn't have any idea how to go back. Maybe I'll live by this bridge.
Little! The group is just like, oh god, we kidnapped a child. We kidnapped a child. Little!
I'm a purpose in my best house.
Would you like to come with us?
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Team RWBY just became parents. I love this so much. Oh, I didn't read that sign.
Just act like you belong, everybody.
I've always wanted to be long, but I'm still just small.
There they are.
There it is. So what's the strategy? Just start roughing them up or what?
Aww.
In the book, Alex had to barter with Jinxie for her dagger.
Yeah, I think I'd rather hit him.
They're girlfriends, Your Honor.
Welcome, one and all!
He's adorable.
And a lot older than I remember from the book.
I am Jinxie, and these are the finest treasures of the acre.
I don't see my arm. All of Jinxie's treasures are just other items in disguise, so that people think they're buying something extremely valuable.
Okay. So, which one is Yang's arm?
What does your heart tell you? That's how Alex knew.
I mean, that one looks roughly arm-sized-ish.
Yang's going the logic route. RWBY.
There's something about that one.
RWBY's going the follow your heart route.
First item. The diamond-studded rabbit. You! Jinxies.
Aww.
How are we going to bid without any money?
It's a
I
town
don't
of
think
like
there's any
it's a
money in the
town of
ever
like
after. Jinxie just names whatever price he
Candyland.
wants.
You know
What
the
did Jinxie want
Candyland
from
game
Alex?
pieces? It reminds me
Her
of that.
saddest memory. And her happiest.
Sold for a hug.
Hugs are very valuable.
Maybe this won't be so bad after all.
Second item, a golden scepter. You!
Huh?
The bidding starts at
No, I was the first one to...
knowing what it is to feel loved. A fair price for some, I'd say.
Knowing what it's like to feel loved by royal decree.
Sold!
Wait, that's my arm!
Whatever it is, it's royal property now. No price is too high for His Majesty's birthday.
First item, the jade marionette.
We tried it your way, Blake.
Oh my god.
You!
Oh, RWBY.
RWBY, what are you doing?
Bidding starts at enough hope to fill this jar.
Oh my god. Rubes.
You don't have enough, do you?
Little? Little stole it!
Why, you little... Leave
Run,
that
Little.
alone! You can't touch it until the deal is done!
It's Yang. No. Oh my god!
It's a fake!
Oh my god! Okay, Yang was right, but Jesus Christ!
I'm going for it.
Good girl, Yang. But also, what the hell? Ruby!
I got it!
Yang, not the time!
Come on.
Weiss, run! Jesus Christ! Gave back a hug. That's sweet.
Those people take auctions very seriously. High five? High five?
I love you, Yang.
We're doing the same thing Alex did. We're ruining everything.
That's your biggest concern right now?
I've read so
Oh
many
my
stories.
God, Ruby. Where's
I
Ruby?
never thought I'd be the moral of one.
Oh, honey.
Ruby?
Is
I
Ruby
couldn't
gonna...
explain why, but I was drawn to it.
Is Ruby gonna fight with Penny's sword this volume? Because if she does, I know.
Great. Now it's raining on just us. That's it. We're getting out of this nightmare. Alex went to the tree, right? Let's go.
I don't think it's gonna work like that. In the book,
We are not in a book. And even if we were, we know how it ends. Right over there.
She's gonna come back that way. Hi, sweetie. Somebody... Ruby!
Stupid tree!
Bump.
Yeah, already tried that earlier. You can't get any closer to the tree that way.
Well, then what do we do now? We've got my arm, but we
Poor
still don't
Weiss,
have
man.
Cosmos or the slightest idea.
You've broken
how
her
to get out.
brain.
This way! Somebody's sad! I'd be sad too. If I ruined the royal birthday.
These guys again.
Blake, what did Alex do next?
she went to the Crimson Castle and beat the Red King at his own game.
Heads up! You treasonous birthday ruiners!
Okay.
Yang,
We
no.
want to go to the birthday party.
Ruby?
We want to go to the birthday party.
Well, too bad, because we're going to... Oh. Yes. That's where we're taking you. As prisoners. For stealing royal property.
What if I offered you something better?
Do not give him the sword.
The weapon of a powerful warrior.
Do not... Oh.
Ooh. Go on.
Not just a powerful warrior. The most powerful to ever live. She was touched by magic. She gave her life for thousands. She took a message of hope to the stars. And she saw the world through better eyes. Take us to the royal birthday and allow us to present this most precious gift.
I'm with you, man.
Yes. By royal decree. Come on, men. You heard her. We've got a birthday to celebrate.
And he never had a birthday.
Ruby, are you sure about this?
Look, we may not know exactly what's going on, but for whatever reason, this place is putting us on a similar path as a book we all read as kids. I say we follow it. And stop pretending we know what we're doing.
This is not the same Ruby. Oh, come on. Ooh, wait, new... Ah, I didn't see who directed it, but that was a new director. I thought Paula. Damn, man. That... That hurt. That hurt. I love the score in this episode. I need a second. 'Cause Jesus. Okay. First of all, I need a I can't talk about that right away. Talk about something happy. I liked the auction. That was very clever. It definitely was an Alice in Wonderland-esque sort of auction, because I mean, in the world of Wonderland, they wouldn't have auctions in exchange for money. They would do something like, give me a hug for this item, or give me the feeling of love, or, I mean, a jar full of hope. That is very Wonderland-esque. God. You know it's bad when Ruby doesn't have hope. 'Cause that was very much what was implied. Ruby doesn't have hope left. I always say, I said this last time, I say that I relate with Ruby a lot. And, its volume is absolutely proving it. I've never lost a friend like Ruby has, but in times of hardships, we react the same way. And this is definitely reminding me of some times in my life where I reacted the same way. She's still trying to hide it. She's still trying to hide her sadness. But I don't think it's gonna work for long here, because we've seen that her emotions control the weather. Her emotions control the world around her. And we've been seeing that. And I think her team's gonna pick up on it, hopefully. But if not, I mean, they aren't usually the best on picking up on when Ruby is upset, because she's not the best at showing she's upset. I mean, even Yang couldn't really point it out. She was asked if she was okay, but she said she was fine. And that's how Ruby goes. That's what she does. Ruby puts everyone else above herself. And I feel like this volume is gonna be about, she needs to put her own feelings first. She, like, not all the time, but sometimes. Penny's sword, man. I knew it was gonna show up from the trailer. I loved Penny. I loved her so much, and I knew that when I watched Volume 8, I was sure that she might die because of the maiden powers. And then everything happened throughout the volume, and they did so much just to save her, and her dying at the end really sucked. But there was a theory when the season ended that they would find her body because her body fell. And while I see that possibly happening, I don't know if it will. Purely because I feel like the sword was that scene. RWBY goes dark. I know RWBY goes dark, but I don't know if they're going to go that dark. If you can see where I'm going with that. I don't know how I would, I've lost friends through outgrowing them, I've lost them through fights, I've lost them through a lot of different ways, but I've never lost friends through death. I've experienced death, but not with a friend. And watching the way RWBY reacts, knowing that we have very similar ways of reacting to things. Jesus, it hurts. I mean, she's 17 years old, and she's been through the world at this point. It's crazy to me. All of them have been through the world at this point. However, Weiss, Blake, and Yang, they have shown emotion towards it. They've shown a lot of emotion towards it. RWBY hasn't. RWBY's always been the person that they turn to. I mean, all of them, every single member at some point has talked with RWBY about their feelings about what's going on. Even for a little bit. I mean, we saw that with Weiss this episode. And I feel like this volume is going to show that RWBY needs to as well. And that makes me emotional a little. I'm really glad that they're not shying away from talking about Penny. Because I felt like in volume 4, it kind of shied away from talking about Pyrrha. Or after the fall of Beacon, they kind of shied away from talking about Pyrrha and Penny. And they're not doing that. They're talking about it. And they're letting RWBY go through her grief with it. And I think that having a theme of grief is a good thing sometimes. They've said, I know RWBY has said that every volume has an overarching theme. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head. I know one of them was change and one of them was growth. So it wouldn't shock me if this one was grief. Because also Neo's going to be a major player. We could see that through the intro. And it's kind of shown that Roman Holiday is going to play little points from Roman Holiday are going to show up. Neo is trapped in her grief of Roman. That's why she is so focused on RWBY and taking out RWBY. Whereas RWBY is the opposite. She's trying to ignore her grief of Penny. She took a moment this episode to cry, but then she immediately went forward. And that's just how RWBY does things. But Neo, it's been 2 years, because Roman died when the group was 15 and 17, and now they're 17 and 19, so it's been almost 2 years. And Neo's still stuck in that grief. All she focuses on is doing things because she wants to get revenge on RWBY. And so she's stuck in that grief. This is a very well done episode, in my opinion. I loved it. I said I was going to talk about the lighthearted stuff, and I immediately went on to talk about grief. Uh, I think I did like how I did like the raccoon character. I liked him. He was cool. Blake pointed something out. She said he's a lot older than he looked in the books. So that is actually leading me to think maybe Alex never actually got out. Because we saw Alex in the intro. So maybe she's still there, or maybe she came back. Maybe it's a sequel. A sequel, The Girls Who Fell Through the World. I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I mentioned Alex, the girl who fell through the world. And I know that my computer just froze a little. I know that the fairy tale has never been shown. I know RWBY Fairy Tales, we never saw that one in RWBY Fairy Tales. I would like to see the full story of the girl who fell through the world. Maybe they'll make a part 2 of the RWBY Fairy Tales and have that one in there. But she was mentioned in Roman Holiday. I believe that it was mentioned that the girl who fell through the world was Neo's favorite fairy tale, and that the girl's name was Alex. And I like how Blake, as soon as she connected the dots, is just like, this is ever after. We are where Alex is. This is what Alex did. So we're at this point we might be going through the story. Weiss's reactions is amazing purely because I have a friend like that. I have a friend that if we got trapped in another world, my reaction would be Blake's. I would be like, okay, we're here. Here's the story. This is what we do. And then my friend would be Weiss, just like, what the frick is happening? It's so funny to me. Also, speaking of Weiss's reactions, how about that basically Bumblebee confirmation today? Like, oh my god. I have been a bee shipper. I'm not kidding. Honestly, I've pretty much, as long as I have known. You know what? No, Volume 2. Volume 2 is really when I started shipping them. I was a 12-year-old and I had just found out what gay people were. And 12-year-old me just looked at Blake and Yang, was just like, oh, they're that. 12-year-old me looked at these two people after figuring out what gay people were and just went, I know what you are. I love that they, I like that they are at this point, you know, I don't know if they have a label on it outside of what we've seen on the show, but it's very much shown that there is something and that they both know it at this point, and that other people know it, because Ren and Nora pointed it out in Volume 7. Well, not Ren, more Nora, but they pointed it out in Volume 7. There is something going on with them. They're definitely not, we don't know what they are, but they're definitely not just friends at this point, and I like that that's being pointed out. I like the bee ship, and I know there's a lot of people that aren't a fan of it because they feel it's rushed or it's not written well. And to that I say, I like it. That's my opinion. I apologize. I don't apologize if you don't like my opinion on this. I like Bumblebee. It's fine. The way I see shipping is that if you ship something and it is legal and non-abusive, and like if it's legal, if it's non-abusive, and if it's morally okay, ship who you want. If you are watching the show and you say, I ship Jean and Penny, okay, I don't ship it. I'm not gonna get mad at you for it because it's legal, it's not morally wrong, and it's non-abusive. Why did I pick John? He killed her! Really, in the world of shipping, I think there's too many shipping arguments. Seriously, as long as what you ship is not harmful, then ship what you want. It doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna care. Well, people are gonna care, but you know what I mean. It shouldn't be that much of an argument over who's gonna date. I don't know. Because I like Bumblebee, but I also see Black Sun. That was such a big argument for so many years. I see that. I definitely see the arguments with that. And another example, most popular ship in the show, Ruby and Weiss. I don't ship it at all. I don't see them as a couple at all. People have gotten mad at me for it. I don't care. Personally, I was a nuts and bolts shipper. My ship has died twice, okay? I love some of the RWBY fandom. Some of it can be really toxic, but the shipping fandom, I've just had to step away from at this point. So that's my view on shipping. What are we doing? I think this is a good episode. I think this was a well-written episode. I didn't see who the director was, so I'm going to go back and see that because it was a name that I don't think I've seen. Paula Dicanini. Dicanini? I don't know. And it was written by Eddie. Man, they've only had one writer has been doing, because the first episode was directed and written by Carrie, and this one was directed by Paula, which there's normally only one director, but it was only written by Eddie. You don't normally see that. Well done, Paula, and well done, Eddie. Very well written. I love seeing grief written well, and she absolutely did that. So, good job. I like the Ever After characters. I like the world of Ever After so far. I'm excited to see more of it. So, honestly, I think that's where I will leave off, because I don't have much else to say. I've really been focusing. I love the world of Ever After, and I know a lot of people are probably going to be focusing on the world of Ever After, which is beautifully done and beautifully made. But for me, I'm more focused on the characters, because I don't know, because I've been watching RWBY. Volume 1 came out in 2013, and I mean, we just celebrated the 10-year anniversary of RWBY. I've been watching it since I was elementary age. Fourth grade? Fifth grade, about. So, yeah, no, summer of fifth grade. Summer before fifth grade was when RWBY Volume 1 came out. So, I was child, and now I'm an adult. I'm recording this in my college dorm room. So I love these characters so much. That's why I focus on talking about them so much. I don't know. Throughout this, I'll probably talk more about Ever After as we see it. But for now, that's really all I have to say. I actually am going to leave off this with a small challenge. So I'm a cosplayer, and I cosplay Miss Ruby Rose.
And I also do a voice impression of Miss Ruby Rose.
So, here is my challenge to the people watching. If one of these gets to 1,000 views, or if I pass 100 subscribers, I will watch the finale dressed as Ruby Rose. If one of these gets 10,000 views, or if I hit 500 subscribers somehow,
I will watch the entirety of the episode and react to it in my RWBY voice.
I can't do it well right now. I was at a convention yesterday and my voice is shot. So, apologies if my RWBY impression is bad right now. But that's my challenge. See how it goes. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you are having an amazing day wherever you are in the world. Please be sure to take care of yourself both physically and mentally. I love you all. See you later.